Hi Pisces and happy birthday. This is your horoscope for March 2019. Thank you for joining me. It is a pleasure to be with you today. Now on the 2nd of March we have Venus, the planet of love, beauty and creativity, in your 12th house in Aquarius. So for the majority of the month, Venus is going to be asking, how can I be of service spiritually, and how can I be of service to the self? So you're going to find that you love yourself much more here in March, that you find that you're more comfortable in your own skin, and because you feel better about yourself, you're more willing to be of service to other people, and by doing that you tap into a spiritual law of the universe. What you give out, you get back threefold. So if you give out love and you're kind and loving to people just because you can, if you smile at someone in the supermarket and make their day, you'll get good things back in your life. Now Venus stays in your 12th until the 27th of March, and then it goes into your first house of self in Pisces. So then the sense of self-love and being okay and feeling comfortable in one's own skin, being intuitive, being creative, that's going to be heightened from the 27th of March onwards. Now on the 5th of March something happens. Mercury, the communication planet, goes retrograde until the 28th of March. Mercury retrograde happens 3 or 4 times a year. It's when cables are unplugged so the TV doesn't work, or emails don't arrive, or the electric doesn't work. In terms of your placements, Mercury is in Pisces in your first house, and also in your first house is Neptune, the planet of imaginations and dreams, the Sun, which is your identity, the transiting midheaven, which has to do with your work, and the transiting moon, which is the most sensitive part of who you are. So this Mercury retrograde allows you to get in touch with your gifts. So first of all, your spiritual connection, your ability to connect with a higher power, to be intuitive, to be psychic, to be creative and to have imagination, and also to nurture yourself and others. So it's going to ask the question, how am I doing in life? Am I nurturing myself? Am I being kind to myself? Or am I just eating fast food and I'm addicted to drugs? Am I happy in my job? Am I able to use my gifts and talents? Or am I just in a temp job that's paying the bills and I'm doing money for the work? So you get a little bit of distance from yourself with this Mercury retrograde, and you're able to examine yourself in terms of who you are, what you're doing work-wise, and what your personal development is all about. And if you're off track, you can take steps to get back on track. You'll have the strength here in March to actually make those changes. So on the 6th of March, that sense of self-knowledge is going to become even stronger because we have a new moon in Pisces, which happens in your first house of self in Pisces. I'll make a separate video on the new moon, but the moon here is pitch black and it's pulling in Pisces energy. So you'll have an even clearer perspective on what work is about, and if you're using your talents and whether you're actually being of service to other people. And also ask, how can I serve other people while using my skills? And you'll get intuitive answers come up during this new moon period. On the 7th, we've got Uranus, the planet of chaos and rebellion and eccentricity and the miraculous, changing signs. And that doesn't happen very often. It's an outer planet. It's one of the big boys, so it only changes sign every 6 to 7 years. So it's been in Aries, it's now going into Taurus, and it's going to be there until 2025, 2026, depending on where you are. Taurus is the sign of money, creativity, stability, and sensuality, the body, luxury, all of those kind of things. Uranus is in your third house of communication in Taurus, and it stays there for the next 6 to 7 years. So when it comes to communication and the way you think about yourself and the way you perceive reality is going to see a lot more activity. It puts some steel in your spine and you think about things very clearly, and if they make sense to you and if you want them, you're going to go out and grab them. If you don't want them and if they don't resonate with you, you're going to get rid of them. You're going to become much more decisive, more empowered over the next 6 to 7 years, and you're going to have a majorly an intense clarity of vision and thinking. So it really supports you, and it's interesting that we have this Mercury retrograde happening during this time, because you're just busy looking at yourself and examining who you are. And now with Uranus going into the sign of Taurus in your third, the thinking over the next 6 to 7 years is always going to be, how can I be of service to other people, and how can I maximize my potential in terms of my work, in terms of the money I'm generating, and how happy I am at work. So you can really find the work that fulfills you, that uses all of your talents, and you can make your fortune in the next 6 or 7 years. This is the part of your life where you're really so business oriented that if you want to make the fortune and then retire at 27, you can. If you're retired, you're going to find that you want to communicate certain things, or that you want to work creatively, you want to use your intuitive or psychic gifts, or you may become more interested in helping others or becoming more spiritual. So whichever stage of life you're in, there's going to be more energy in the way you think and perceive the world and how you engage with the world. So that's going to keep you busy up until the 20th of March, when we have a full moon in Libra, and that's also a supermoon. Supermoon is when the moon is bigger than a regular full moon. It's nearer to the earth, so it looks bigger and it has a bigger effect on us. It's in Libra, in your 8th house. So the moon, when it's full, is able to release its energy, complete its cycle, and it kind of showers us with Libra energy, or it showers you with Libra energy in your 8th. So you're going to see the connections you've got in your working life if you're employed, or if you're self-employed. You're going to look at the relationships and you'll be able to mend fences. Is that right? Mend bridges? Anyway, what I mean is you're able to mend relationships which don't work so well. Also, you're going to be able to heal your financial situation. It's a great time to ask for a promotion. It's a great time to hop to another company and to make a lateral move. So if you're a salesman in your current job, then you may want to apply with a different company and become a sales manager or a regional sales manager, something like that. The 19th, 20th and 21st of March are the best days to do that, because you're going to come across very well, and your connection with people from any gender, race, creed, religion, it's going to be invisible, and you come across as really likable, and there's a connection and a spark with whoever you get in touch with. The 20th is also the spring equinox, so there's equality between night and day. Springtime has begun, spring has sprung, and the sun goes into Aries in your 2nd house of money on the 20th as well. So happy birthday to, well, you guys are Pisces watching, so I don't need to wish Aries a happy birthday, but with Aries in your 2nd house now, you're going to hit the ground running, and the ideas that you've been kind of gathering about yourself, who you are, what you're doing, the sun in Aries is going to urge you to push forward to make more money. And Jupiter, the lucky planet, happens to be in your 10th house of career. So Pisces, March is your time to sort out your finances and your career. This is it. You're really going to be able to make wonderful changes, and you've got the confidence to do it. So you're really the luckiest out of all of the signs. You benefit the most and the soonest from that Uranus going into Taurus, because you immediately make positive changes to your finances. So look at your work up until the end of the month. On the 31st of March, Mars goes into your 4th house of family in Gemini, and going into April, you're going to be more interested in family relationships, and that's going to take up more of your time. So use March to really sort out your career and money, and whether you're happy with the way you're personally progressing and how you're progressing in your career. So that's what I got for you in March 2019. I hope that gives you something to go on. If you'd like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my personal readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. I combine all three. The astrology chart is amazing. It's a blueprint of who you are. Like if you were a house, I have access to the blueprints. I can see everything. I can see where you've been in past lifetimes, what your life purpose is this time around. I can see what your vocational aptitudes are, if you're unsure about that. What's destined for you in love and money and children and travel, and where the best place is to live. I can look at compatibility with you and other people by comparing your horoscopes. And I can also look at what's coming up in future by using the predictive astrology and the tarot. So when is the soulmate coming in? When are finances going to turn around? When am I moving? And when is the best time to move? So any questions like that I can answer. If you're interested, then please get in touch via the website to order your reading. I hope you have a wonderful March. If you like my videos, then please share them online and hit the subscribe button. And I'll speak to you next month.